Hey guys, it's Claire Akin, the Fiddle Leaf Fig Girl, and today I want to answer a question that I get once in a while that I think is a great question, and I'm happy that you guys are considering it, and that is, are fiddle leaf figs happier together? We'll tackle the reasons why they may or may not be in this video. So I really believe that fiddle leaf figs are happier together, but the reasons are, several different reasons. First of all plants are happier together generally. There are some of these plants that have low sociability that like to be alone, but generally houseplants like to be together. And the reason is that if you put plants together, they have a higher relative humidity. They basically release humidity into the air, and as a cluster of plants, they create higher relative humidity in that one area. And so generally, houseplants do better if they're grouped together. But that's not the only reason. Fiddle leaf figs also like to be together because they have what's called high sociability index. So plant sociability is a concept that is actually pioneered in science, and people actually have studied plants and how sociable they are from a scale of 1 to 5. So on a scale of 1, plants actually like to be completely alone, and they do not like to be around any other plants. The second, number 2, would be like growing in very, very small or tufted groups of 1 or 2 plants. 3 is kind of in the middle. They grow in small, what's called troops. 4 are plants that grow in small colonies, and then 5 are plants that grow in like crowds, like a jungle. Like they do best in a rainforest with lots of, different plants around. So fiddle leaf figs are actually a number 5 on the plant sociability index in that they depend on other plants for their success in the wild. They grow in rainforests with a lot of different plants that help them grow taller and stronger. They can actually grow, 60 feet tall in the wild, and they grow in areas with thousands of other fiddle leaf figs, but also other plant species. So they're sociable by nature, not only with each other, but also with other plants. But the third reason is this really interesting concept that scientists have discovered where plants actually help support other plants that are the same genetic identity. So what's really cool is they did studies of plants that were clones of each other. So they propagated one genetic plant and copied it, and they planted those together. And they showed that plants actually release hormones that protect the plants that are of the same genetic makeup, and actually do not do that for the same species of plant that is not the same genetic makeup. So a fiddle leaf fig that isn't genetically identical, the plant will not try to help. So what does that tell us for fiddle leaf figs? Because all of the fiddle leaf figs grown commercially are, almost 90% of them are genetically identical because of the way they're grown. They are actually the same genetic makeup. They're clones of each other that the growers clone and then sell to us. They're basically all brothers and sisters that are gonna act as brothers and sisters and help each other grow. And so I guess you could say they're identical twins, but because of, the ability of a plant to sense the genetic makeup of a neighboring plant and either protect it or not protect it, because fiddle leaf figs are all genetically identical, they will protect each other. They love growing together. They love being together in the same pot. If you have 2 spindly fiddle leaf figs or 3, put them all together in one pot, and all 3 of them will do even better. The outcome will be greater than the sum of the individual parts. They love to be together. I love combining fiddle leaf figs for this reason, combining them all into one pot, and then combining several pots on your patio or in your room so that you have a little cluster of plants, and this makes them grow better for all of the reasons that we discussed. So the answer to the question is, are fiddle leaf fig trees happier together? Yes, they are. I really am a big fan of combining them and clustering them and allowing them to have families of their own and their plant socialization. And so I hope this video is helpful. If it was, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.